Well, hey my friends, it's Catherine and welcome to day, 4 of release week for the Beautiful World Stamp of Approval collection. So far my first 3 videos, I made all these cards, or I didn't show you step by step, but when you purchase a collection, you get the PDF download with all the design team and all of my cards and step-by-step instructions. So you'll never lack inspiration for using this set of supplies. Now, today we are going to use some more of the products from this collection, some that we've already, well, all that we've seen already because you've seen everything in the collection, and we're gonna do some fun stuff. Ready? Now for this card, I'm gonna use almost every product in this collection. I'm gonna use the Enchanted Garden stamp set and dies. I'm gonna use the 2U's dies, the All About You stamp set, and the frame from A Beautiful World stamp set. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cut out a few of these flowers. Then I'm gonna stamp the flowers on top of the dies. Now in my video from the other day, I introduced this stamp set and I showed you how it's a little bit easier to punch some of these out first before stamping, especially on this one because it has that little jut out there, and I always line it up with that little piece there, and it's easy for me to line it up that way. If I stamp first and then cut out, I find it a little bit harder to line up, but not impossible. So we're going to do some pretty simple Copic coloring. I'm going to take V04 and just do some little highlighting in from the center. Just little flicks. This is Spectrum Noir paper, which I find I really like this paper for Copic coloring because it's not too soft and it's not too hard. So it lends itself to pretty simple blending. And this flower is super simple to color in. So I'm just going to do the dots with the darker purple. It is V09. I'm going to do a few extra little bit of color here, so I'm going to trace, flick/trace along that long stem, or whatever you want to call it. Just add a little more light purple in there. All right, then we'll move on to the next flower. We are going to do our V63 and 66. I'm just going to lay down the lighter color on all of the flower petals to start out with. I'm going to take the RV66 and just flick in a little bit of color from the center toward the outside petals. I want just a little more highlighting, so I'm going to go with the RV69 and just do a tiny little flicking, just like I did on that middle color, but just doing it less. You can do a very similar technique with your zig markers or any other alcohol-based markers that you have. And don't be afraid to try distress markers or really whatever markers you have on hand. Give this a try. I'm going to try a brown center. So E13, just going to lay down a light color. And then I'm going to take the E18 and I'm just going to pounce on some circles in the center. And I'm not really digging how that looks, so I'm going to blend it. This last little flower is really easy to color in also. I'm going to lay down the lighter of the two colors, the BG13. BG18 in the center, and then on these little dots. And then if I can have a steady hand, we'll do it along the outside. Now that I have these 3 flowers colored, I'm thinking that I might want to use this one instead of that other pink one. So we'll color this in and then we'll make the decision. This may be another time where I wish you guys were here with me in my stamp room. You know, sometimes I just need some opinions from my friends. This is a lovely light pink, RV63, and then we'll take the 6, 6, we'll do the center. And then this flower is so easy to color in. We're just going to do the lines here. Now these are all colored. I'll set them aside and I'm going to work on the top layer of the card. I'm going to take this frame. This is from the Gina K set that's in the Stamp of Approval collection. I'm just going to stamp that right on top of the top layer. Now as this card is developing, I'm adding my flowers and I'm playing around with placement, and I decided I want a couple leaves, and then I kind of was playing with layering of these flowers. Oh, that's really cute. But I'm thinking that I might want to go more something like this. And I think this little flower, having 3 in different sizes, is going to work for this layout. And I think this one needs to be in yellow. So we're doing V11 and V18. Stick around long enough with me, guys, and the way I started out a card a lot of times isn't how it finishes out. I hear that it's women's prerogative to change your mind, right? So I take full advantage of that. Just going to add a little bit of this shading down at the bottom. I'm not going to really blend it. It's a very small area, and it's a very kind of coloring book look. Now I'm going to take my frame and I'm going to add a circle framelit. This is, someone was asking me the other day, this is the framelits from Stampin' Up! The Circles collection. And I'm not sure if they've come out with any other sizes since I purchased this one. This is a pretty old set, but it cuts it out perfectly. And in case you're wondering the size, it's just, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 2 3/8 inch large. And then the inside circle is 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 7/8. So we're coming into the home stretch here. I'm going to add a piece of black, a matte. This is just a sliver under card front size, so 4 by 5 1/4, well, a hair bigger than that. So then we have this layer with the die cut center. Lots of dimensionals up on this because I don't want it to crush. And then you can leave it like this, or we can lay the center in and have it like popped up a little bit, and you get a little extra black dimension under there. Before I do that, I'm going to stamp a greeting. So I'm going to do thank right up at the top. It's not laying flat, so I'm going to open the card so I can work on positioning of everything. So we'll have our little flowers on here. The pink and blue flower, we're going to have to add a little bit of dimension because they're hanging off of the frame, so we don't want them just kind of suspended in midair there. So we'll add just a little liquid glue on one side and some dimensional adhesive on the other side. I think the yellow flower is probably going to need to be popped up. And we are done with this card. I hope you guys enjoyed this process. I know we took a couple twists and turns along the way. So I have one more sample here. It's the same layout, just a couple little tweaks. I didn't use the frame around here. I just did the black and white background and just one flower popped up. I did this U and I just colored it with the same zig marker that I used for here so that it coordinates perfectly. So remember, these products go on sale April 20th. They do sell out quickly. Stamp Nation members who are on the wait list, get their link first. There is still time to join us on Stamp Nation if you haven't already. And that's about all I've got for now. Hope you'll hop over to my blog and check out the rest of the design team projects and get inspired. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you soon.